Today is about mindset. It's really, really important. There's two types of people that I've come to understand that hire me: the self-entitled and the people that have gratitude. You have to quickly identify who you are. And if you have the ability to change, I think, first of all, I think everyone has the ability to change, especially if you're given the message. So this message is for you if you're trying to repair your credit or just anything in life. Like, let's say, for instance, you got really, really fat and you're trying to lose weight. Well, you got fat because that's your problem. You can take some supplement, you can get liposuction, but as soon as the doctor finishes the surgery, if you go back to those same bad habits that got you fat in the first place, it's not going to be too long until you get fat again. Same thing. If you're broke and you have no money, and then you borrow money from me, and then you can't pay me back, well, it's not going to be too long to the point where you're going to be in the same situation borrowing from somebody else. A prime example, your credit. You borrowed from creditors. That's all we are, as borrowers. Your credit is messed up because you didn't pay people, right? That's number one. So it's really important to understand who we are as people and what we've done and decide to change who we are, changing our habits. Doesn't happen overnight. So we can remove some derogatory items off your credit, but it's not going to erase your bad negative habits. I've been preaching this since the day I started this channel. So it's important to really look yourself in the mirror and just change the habitual negativity. There's two types of clients: the grateful people that understand, hey, I need to get my act together. I messed up my credit and I need to stop getting late payments. I need to start lowering my balances and reducing my financial risk. And the truth is, I don't know what I'm doing. So you have to admit, do you have a plan for your credit? Do you really have a plan? Is it bulletproof, right? How much research have you done into building your credit versus just looking up for a company to erase the negative mistakes? That's a question to ask yourself. You need to understand your exit strategy, your plan in the long run. Not your, oh, I need to get this done, I need to get that done. There are customers like, oh, I need to refinance, I need to get this auto loan, I need to get this. I got a lot of stuff I got to do too. And one of the things I don't got to deal with is your bullshit. So again, we all have stuff to do, but it doesn't matter what you want to do. It matters about you changing your habits so the universe can give you what you've always wanted. Notice, you're not going to get anything. The universe is not going to bless you with these blessings until you change. And then you're going to go continually causing negativity like a wildfire, causing problems for your life. And you're not going to get anywhere. Then you're going to get frustrated. So that's pretty much why you're frustrated if you're watching this. The reason why you're frustrated is because something didn't work out in your favor and you're throwing a tantrum. Well, that ends now if you so choose. If you want to change and get on to a new chapter in your life, then let's move forward. But if you want to keep on doing the same thing and complaining and complaining and complaining and blaming other people, especially blaming the person that wants to repair your credit, it has nothing to do with the person that's trying to repair your credit, assuming they're competent and have a track record like we have here, okay? We definitely know what we're doing. But even though we are revered by many, many, many companies, high-level companies and experts, to be very aggressive, very good, and our results speak for ourselves. You can just Google my company, Pinnacle Credit Repair, right? The results speak for themselves. Even so, doesn't guarantee you jack squat, but it's the best bet you have. However, in the event that things do not work in your favor, are you going to throw a tantrum? All right? Are you going to blame me? What are you going to do? Notice those two things, throwing a tantrum and blaming me, are not going to help you. So your actions are not productive to your own self. So I'm here to help you to change them. Stop that method of thought. It's not working. Don't do the same thing. It's not working. Okay? So your need to get things off doesn't dictate the speed in which it gets off. I can sit here and tell this to people and they still don't get it. Well, the ones that do get it, that's for you. I understand there are people that just don't get it. They're looking for people to tell them what they want to hear. All right? And then they might say that I sell them a pipe dream or a hope dream, or I sell them hopium, right? Nope, don't do that. I show you results and you think you're going to get those same results, and that's why you buy my product. Okay, that's why you buy my service. Most people have success. Everyone has success. It depends on how you unpack it, right? If you think a failure is getting the item verified or something not getting removed, well, you're really short-sighted. You need to look at the bigger picture, because credit repair and fixing your credit is a long journey of rebuilding and correcting and continuous errors. So here's the thing. Errors always are on reports. Always. You don't just hire them and they get removed and then all of a sudden magically the creditors stop putting errors on your report. So you're always going to need to master your credit. You're always going to need to have some professional or yourself, some guidance, some experience to help you in this process. It's an ongoing process. You know how many clients contact me and they're like, you know what? They reported this wrong, reported that wrong. These are people with like 750, 800 FICO scores, and this stuff is still getting reported incorrectly. So again, let's just check ourselves for 1 second. Just because we remove errors off your credit doesn't mean the bureau stop reporting them later on, because that's the bureau's problem. This whole system is not perfect, and we have the Fair Credit Reporting Act because of that. We have the right to dispute items continuously because in the future, hypothetically and pragmatically, they can be reported in error again. So what? We removed a negative item. So what? We removed a negative item. Another negative item can pop on a new one, right? Things can happen and you need to be prepared. So you need to be patient and you need to have a clear, concise blueprint. If you don't have one, then you need to work with a professional that can help you and hold your hand and work with you, and you need to collaborate with them. If you're going to work with someone, okay, especially a winner like myself, you need to be coachable and you need to be able to quarterback things. So if I say, hey, get these documents, fill this form out, do it. Don't say, oh, don't expect people to just magically remove stuff, all right? You have to understand your personal information is protected, encrypted. And the bureaus know this, and it's hard to identify who's dealing with your information. If it was so easy to hire someone online to get access to your information so easily and do things, imagine how much identity theft there would be. So keep that in mind and know that you need to work closely with your credit professional, whoever you're working with. And that is also a disqualifier for those people that aren't working closely with their clients, that aren't giving them updates, that aren't getting this information relayed to them. That's a red flag. Because me knowing the requirements to repair credit in this industry should tell you that you need to work with someone closely and they need to work with you and you need to get stuff from the mail. The bureau sends you stuff by the mail or online, whether you opt in or opt out. You need to be aware of that and be tentative to that and taking a picture of it. And if that stresses you out, then maybe you don't deserve to have credit. If it stresses you out to do the groundwork to work with a professional, then guess what? Maybe you shouldn't get your credit fixed. If you really want something bad, if you really want something bad enough, you're going to do what you need to do in order to get it. And if a professional that has a track record is telling you to do something and you're not doing it, then it's on you. You're the one that's being defiant. You're the one that's making it difficult for yourself. So this message is for you. Don't make it so difficult for yourself. Make it easy. Allow someone to tell you like literally what to do and you do it. You don't have to think. Let them think for you. It's your job to find the professional that has the track record, that has the reviews, that has the acumen, that has the expertise and the pedigree. Do the research. Now, when you hire them, you need to work closely with them. And don't blame anybody, okay? Because that's not helping anyone. You need to be workable, coachable, and keep in mind, the universe is not going to give you what you want. It's not about what you deserve. Oh, I deserve this. That's so much grandiosity and self-entitlement. Let that go. Let me tell you, you need to be grateful for every breath you have. Nothing is promised tomorrow. So if there is someone, if you found me, be grateful that you found me, that there is a likelihood you can get the stuff removed. You don't need to hire me. You really don't. But I will tell you something. You're not going to get anywhere if you keep on doing the same mistakes again and again and again. So you may hire someone to remove negative items, but you need to work hand in hand with them. You need to have a blueprint. You need to be actively studying and researching credit cards, banks. If you want to be financially sound, you need to be an expert at these things. If I ask you how many credit cards you have and you don't have a lot, then that's why your credit is messed up. If your credit is not good, then you need to understand because of the information you have made it so. It doesn't mean that you know what you're doing. It is quite the contrary. Because you do not know what you're doing, you have messed it up. All of the situations that you've been in with your credit could have been prevented to an extent. I understand there are rises and accidents and all this stuff. Well, a lot of this stuff can be prevented if you took preventative measures. Now, what's to say we repair your credit and you make those same mistakes again? Then you go around that revolving door again. So it's best to plan ahead. Okay, there needs to be a backup plan for the backup plan for the backup plan. Have you rode a plane? There's always a backup plan. There's always a protocol. There's always a protocol. There's a protocol that pilots use. It's called 6 Sigma. 6 Sigma. If you follow this program, it reduces the chances of the plane crashing. It's like 1,000,000 to 1 or something like that, maybe more. So you need to really take this serious. If you guys think you're just going to hire someone and get stuff removed, but then again, you're not studying, you're not reading my content, you're not watching my videos on how to build a credit building strategy, then you're wasting your damn time. Essentially, you're just throwing money at me. I remove things, and then sooner or later, that stuff is going to come back on because you made the same mistake again. Okay? So you need to correct yourself here. You're never going to get anything that you want if you keep on blaming others for it. Okay? I'm a credit pathologist. It's my job to help people repair their credit. It's one of the things that I do. And I'm here to tell you that I had bad credit as well. And what I did is I looked myself in the mirror and I said, you know what? I made these mistakes multiple times. There were like 3 times where I had bad credit in my life, in my early 20s. But now I don't make those same mistakes again. And I protect myself from making those mistakes. There are preventative measures that I take and that you need to take as well. And if you're not armed with information, trends, and keeping up with these trends, and keeping up with these promotions, and keeping up with these activities in the financial industry, then you're just going to fall in the same pit again and blame yourself.